Hi everyone, I'm challenging myself to every day, we'll see how long this lasts, but basically go through my day, say any feedback of just how I think the day went, where I think I'm falling short, my goals. I was listening to Kobe Bryant's last interview on the School of Greatness, and one thing that he mentioned is after every game he would go watch the game to see how he did, his teammates, the other team. And I think that's a really great mindset to have, is to always review your performance and have that feedback. But unfortunately in day-to-day life, you don't have someone filming everything that you do that you can look back into. So I think as a way for me to actively look at where I'm falling short, but I guess also see and maybe identify trends of when things are going right for me, I thought this could just be an experiment that I see how it goes. So welcome to my wardrobe for now, because I'm definitely camera shy. But I hope this evolves. But for now, the things I wanted to talk about is last night I really did not get the best sleep. I just felt like I was awake, when you just feel like you're just sitting there and you can't go to sleep. So I think that really impacted my mood for the day, and I felt like I could still function, but I just felt like things were maybe a bit harder, or I think things, you just feel more, I don't know the right word, but like I guess your emotions just more heightened. So yeah, I'm just looking at my book where I just wrote a few notes to talk about. So I think just focusing on sleep. I think if I have bad sleep, I could survive for one day, but if I keep the cycle going of terrible sleep, I really feel it more and more, and everything just feels so much harder. So I think definitely a note to myself is, if you have one bad night of sleep, making sure the next night that you do get some good sleep. Sleep is something I really want to focus on because I've never been good at it, but especially now it's 10 o'clock right now. Realistically, I was hoping to already be in bed, but I really wanted to film this. I think at work I have this feeling, and I always get it, of like I'm doing so many things but I feel like I'm never achieving my goals. And to be honest, I don't even know what my work goals really are. Like I always have a list of things, but they're not like concrete set out things I want to achieve or broken down. So I think the long-term stuff always gets neglected, and it's just the more day-to-day, like kind of like the firefighting mentality of I'll just deal with what I have, and not really thinking like, hey, do I need to be the one doing this? Or I think sometimes feeling guilty about tasks, of like feeling like it's for the best, but also realizing everything you do can't always be productive. Like you're gonna do things that later on you're gonna be like, that wasn't really the best use of time, but that's fine because I wasn't trying to waste time, because it's never an intention to waste that time, but it's an idea of, hey, I think this could help. And I think sometimes being unrealistic about how long things actually take, but at the same time not looking enough of how to make things more effective, of like, hey, is this really the best way or the best optimization of time, of like, could there be an easier way of doing it? But sometimes that also comes with practice, so just acknowledging that. I think my lack of organization is just something I really need to work on, because it does bring me down, to be honest. And I think not having a system for things and wasting time, because when I get to work, like I want to have it organized, that I know exactly what I need to do, the meetings, the prep work, everything, that I'm like, yep, I know exactly what I need to do, instead of wasting time being like, what am I actually meant to do? So that's definitely something I hope more and more we talk about. Um, I think one thing I do want to go through every day, because it's always something that irks me, is my messy room. And I took a video that I'll attach at the end to show you exactly, because I just want to be brutally honest about everything that I'm not doing right, because I hope throughout time we see progress with that. But that's just something that for some reason I just can't keep my room clean, and it's always in a state where, it gets pretty close, but there's clearly some sort of lack in system. And I think there's a few things of like not having places for things, needing to declutter, all of that fun stuff. But I think overall, for some reason, I just feel like I just can't get it to a good state, and I think I just really need to work on that. Also, I have a lot of tabs open all the time, my emails. It's just, again, a lack of system for these things, and it's that I'm gonna smash out trying to go through 900 emails at once versus going through it every day and getting rid of it as they come. So I think really more of that compounding mindset. But yeah, I think we already kind of talked about this, but I really want to focus on the needle movers, and I hope during these sort of videos we can talk and identify more of what they are for me, so we can find a way to actually work on it and feel some sort of progress for those things. In terms of things I did do right, like I did my Duolingo in the morning, so that always feels good to get out of the way. I went on a walk. I don't know how like the distance, but it was like more than 30 minutes. It was a pretty good walk. I didn't go to the gym. I really struggle with getting everything done in an appropriate time frame. I feel like I always work a lot better at night, but then that really puts me back for the next day. So it's identifying how do I get everything done in the right time to allow myself to get sleep, but feeling like I'm still being productive. I just feel like sometimes I can be slow and I don't have a sense of urgency. So figuring that, I didn't meditate today. I was hoping to do it in the evening, but I didn't. I don't know, I feel like I've been having hesitation with meditating for some reason, and I got into a really good like rhythm of it in around October time, I would say, last year. But for some reason, I don't know, sometimes I just find myself hesitating, even though I know I always feel better. And especially when I got into a good rhythm, I felt like mentally it really made me feel a lot more switched on. Now just some stats, because I want to go through it every day, so I'm calling myself out, and hopefully by doing that it kind of pushes me, I hope so, to like really have a better system for things. Emails at work, that there is at 257, and there are definitely, and that's one thing I really want to focus on, is like smashing out the emails I need to, because I know I get like an avoidant mindset of like, this is overwhelming me, or like I don't know what to say, so I'm gonna leave it, and then that turns into a day, to a few days, to a week, and then it's just embarrassing, right? Personal emails, it's at 985. A lot of it's marketing, and there probably is important stuff in there that I'm missing just because it's such at a high amount. So I'm not gonna lie, I check it every day, but I don't, and that's actually something I really want to fix, is I check it every single day, yet I'm not actually going and just unreading or unsubscribing. So it's like, if I'm gonna check, I might as well just do that. But again, building that habit. Tabs open for me has always been something. It's my way of remembering things, which I know is not the ideal thing. Really embarrassing, but it's on multiple like kind of screens. But at work I have 116 tabs open, which is actually ridiculous when I counted. On my phone, no, sorry, my personal tabs, I did clear it the other day, but normally it's a lot worse. It's at 23, and I always have a million YouTube videos open. I don't know why I do this, but like I want to watch a video, and then I click on all these other videos, which I know deep down inside I'm not going to watch, but for some reason it's like, no, but you should watch this, and then I never get to it, and I end up closing it eventually. But again, I think it's this fear of missing out and wanting to like consume all these different things, but I guess something I need to work on. And my tabs on my phone is at 49, which is not great, but it was at 280 or something like that, and I minimized it, so I definitely want to keep going. Again, I know I use tabs to remember things, which is not an effective system. I think that's all. There was a few other things that I wanted to do. I replied back to people. I wanted to buy a new journal from Kmart. It's literally just this one that I got. I wanted a bag holder for work because I want to really try to be organized at work, and I bought a new tote bag for it to be on the floor, so I did. It's always easy for me to buy things because it's not that hard. But look, I wanted to film this YouTube video and I'm doing it, so I got that done as well. That's it for today. I think I'm really excited to do this. I really hope over time this can be more of a better process. But for now, thanks for watching. Bye. Time to expose myself of how messy my space is. Could it get any worse than this? Oh my god. I really need to clean in there. It was looking worse yesterday, believe it or not. I'm really good at compiling like messy zones, you know what I mean? Like, look at that. Don't like, oh, it looks like landfill. Clothes that need to be put away. See, another little zone. And then I always have a bunch of crap down the stairs, so as you can see over there.